Hey guys, it's Nathan from the Kentucky Cycling YouTube channel. Hope you've been enjoying the gravel ride videos we've been posting so far. If you have, please go ahead and give me a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And I also wanted to mention another great way to support the channel is by purchasing some Kentucky cycling merchandise. If you haven't already seen it, we've got some really good quality t-shirts. They're very soft, poly cotton blend, very attractive in this heather navy blue. And then we've also got some great 3-inch round stickers that are great for either the back of your car, your laptop, wherever you want to put a sticker and show your love for Kentucky cycling. We are in Yamacraw, Kentucky, right outside of the Big South Fork National River Recreation Area. We're going to do a gravel adventure overnight. Today we're going to do 35 miles and ride with our gear down to Pickett CCC Memorial State Park in Jamestown, Tennessee. And then tomorrow we're going to finish a loop, most of which will be in the Big South Fork for the majority of the day. We may get rained on in this ride. There's the edge of a hurricane coming in, so you may see some wet footage. But we've heard lots of great things about the gravel in this area, and we're really looking forward to getting a taste of the Big South Fork.
fortunate with the weather this trip. After we rode down to find our cabin and unload, we took our bikes over to the campground where we were able to get them rinsed off and in the cabin before the skies opened up. It rained most of the night but stopped by morning. When morning came, we took some time to explore around the lake, which was very pretty, and it even included a really well-constructed suspension footbridge which allowed us to cross over the lake. As the sun began to peek out from behind the clouds, we mounted our bikes and headed off to begin our day 2 adventure.
a really beautiful area through here. And Jacob and Lucas spotted these big rock formations off the road, so we're gonna go check those out. All right, guys, we just finished our ride, so we are back in beautiful downtown Yamacraw. Regular viewers will recognize this face. This is Jacob, and he's been on many of our gravel rides. Let me also preface that Jacob loves the Big South Fork. He's done a lot of backpacking down in this area, as well as canoeing, kayaking, the like. So he's no stranger to this area, but I believe this is your first time down here on a bicycle.
Yes, it is.
So what are your overall impressions of this ride?
The route we chose was more uphill on the first day and a little bit longer. You know, very scenic. The gravel was in really good shape for the most part, almost like a rail trail smooth. You know, it was very nice. All forest. You know, we hardly had any, maybe 3 or 4 cars the whole time. There was a little bit of pavement mixed in, but that was actually kind of enjoyable after tons of gravel. It was really nice. It was one of my favorite rides.
Did you have a favorite part of the ride or anything particularly memorable?
Yeah, I think my favorite part of the ride was actually day 2. Today we followed the national recreation areas, the road kind of bordering the Forest Service and the National Recreation Area, and went down into some areas where we dropped down pretty significantly, and there were some cool rock structures and overlooks and kind of, I don't know, arch type structures, you know, a lot of rock features. That was really cool. And even though it was mostly downhill, the 2 hills we did have, I think made up for they were pretty tough. I'm still really tired today. It was a challenging ride.
This is my buddy Ben, and some of you may recognize him. He actually did the Bike Moorhead ride with us. Lucas and I went down to visit him in Chattanooga, and we rode the Tennessee Riverwalk
trails. Yes.
Yeah. And so he is an occasional rider with us, and he is a Frankfurt High graduate. So you can see he's a Kentucky guy who now lives down in Chattanooga. So he came up and met us for this ride. And this was his very first gravel ride. So Ben, what was your impressions of this ride or your first gravel experience?
It's a lot more pleasant than I expected. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I thought it might be very coarse, nasty gravel for 35 miles and was very happy to see that a lot of the trails are fine gravel and a relatively smooth ride. A few challenges along the way, but a really nice ride. One of the nice things that I'm appreciating already about gravel riding is I don't worry about cars coming up from behind or from the front. It's a lot more relaxing mentally to be able to ride an old forest road or an old state park gravel road knowing that there's not going to be a lot of traffic and you can relax and enjoy the scenery a lot more.
Cool. And did you have a favorite or memorable experience from this ride?
You know, I think just the ability to pull off and look at a rock formation or the bend of a stream or a little waterfall. Again, that ability to stop the ride, enjoy the moment, and then jump back on and keep getting after it.
All right, man. Well, we're glad you could join us.
Thanks for having me.